Welcome, Colin. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Again, please raise the hand icon on your page if you have a question. Let's start with Michael Swain of 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Colin, I'm just curious what you've seen from some of the younger pieces on the offensive line. Maybe not necessarily even guys like Daryl or Jake, but someone maybe like Grant Schreiber, who's got in, at the end of some games. What have you seen from maybe some of these younger pieces on the offensive line?
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job this year. I'd say as a whole, guys have just continued to develop throughout the season. You said Grant Schreiber, that's a big name that he just continues to get better every single day. Tyler Miller, Hayden Pauls, all those guys, they just continue every single day to get better. And it's been really, really fun to watch them continue to develop and be a large part of the success of our defense as well, because every day they're the ones giving them the looks and everything. And it can get tough and kind of long season being that position. But they've done a really, really good job of it from what I've seen, and just continue to get better themselves.
Let's go to Randy Peterson.
Thanks, Dee. Colin, back when you started playing, and actually back when you were sitting on the hill, maybe as a kid watching Iowa State, you heard the criticism about the offensive line. And today you're hearing no criticism about the offensive line. Why has the offensive line improved from the point where fans thought it was not a good offensive line to right now it's one of the best? And what do you say to those fans who were once critical but now are praising you?
It's a tough position. It's a position that takes a while to develop, and Coach Campbell, Coach Myers, Coach Manning, all those guys have done an absolute wonderful job just developing us, and it's a learned position, and they've done a good job of teaching us. And I feel like even the guys that have come before us have been a huge part of the success that we've been able to build upon and continue to grow with. So I think it's just Coach Myers has done a fantastic job with us, and I think he's a huge part of our success, getting us ready every single week, getting extra work with us, extra film, helping us any way he can to make sure that we're in the best position possible. I think a lot of credit goes to him.
We have a question from Jonathan Schaefer with WOI.
Hey, Colin, how difficult is it preparing for a team that hasn't played, double-digit games this season?
Yeah, it's just kind of like this whole season, just a little bit different than we've had in the past. Obviously, we just got to look at the film and diagnose what they've done this year and in years past. And, I think they still played 6 games, so we have at least some stuff to watch from this year and can look at what they like to do and their tendencies and all that sort of stuff. But, you just got to you got to roll with what you got, and nothing else you can really do after that.
Jonathan, did you have a follow-up question?
Yeah, and then along those lines, as an offensive line, how big is the tight end group been, and specifically these 3 guys? What's it been like to watch their evolution?
Yeah, they're all first of all, they're all a bunch of great guys. They love football, they love this team, and they would do anything for us. They show that every single day when they'll stick their nose in their blocking, and then the next play they'll go catch a 50-yard pass and touchdown and all that stuff. And it's really awesome to see them just be able to stick their nose in there, and it helps our whole team out so much with them being able to help in the run game and in the pass game. Really, it's really awesome to see what they do, because they all work so hard. They've all had their own adversities, and they're all playing their best football of their career at a really, really high level.
Let's go to Jet Beacham with KGAN.
Hi, Colin. Following up off of what you have seen on film with a few games, what kind of jumps off the page? And what do you see first when looking at that Oregon defensive line?
Yeah, they're extremely talented. What they've been able to do this season is really impressive. They had a late start to the season, and have played 6 games, but the production that they've had, the talent that they have on that line, as deep as they have a lot of guys who play in the box, and they just are all guys that fly around, play their hardest, and every single play they're giving their all. So looking forward to a really good matchup there.
Colin, if I could ask you one word to describe this team, what would that be?
I'd say passion. Passion for each other, passion for our coaches, passion for the game of football. Everyone cares about each other, and I think it's been a really special group to be a part of this season for sure.
Let's go to Michael Swain.
Hey, Colin, you guys got PlayStation 5s for being a part of the bowl game. Are you much of a gamer? And I guess what was maybe your reaction when you got it?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about that, and I don't really game, so I don't know how much I'll use it. I think it's kind of cool to have because it's such a hot piece right now. Everyone wants it, and everywhere you look, people are wanting to get a PS5, and I have a lot of friends that were trying to get it, and then they heard we were getting it here and all that stuff. So that's really cool. But I feel like, game systems, they stick around for a while. So I feel like it'll be like the game system for the next 5 or 6 years. So it'll be cool to have, but I'm not really a big gamer. I'll probably play it once a month, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the last time I picked up a video game.
Let's go to Randy Peterson.
Colin, when you saw yesterday, I believe it was, that Brees was a first-team All-American, what's the first thing you thought of, and what kind of gratification did you get from that?
Yeah, obviously, guy works so hard, and I'm just so happy for him because he sacrificed so much this year, just like everyone has. And he's always in there. He's talking to offensive linemen, making sure that we're good on plays, talking to us on protections, just asking us what we see in plays. And it's just been awesome to see how his hard work has translated to so much success and really making us look good. So it's just awesome to see what his hard work and all those guys who got those awards really get their, because they're all the hardest working guys in the room, in the building, really. So it's just so awesome to see their success for sure.
And Jonathan.
I think Randy had a follow-up really quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, Randy, go right ahead.
I'm breaking the rules here. One more thing, Colin. Thanks, John. One more thing, Colin. We'll get Denise through this. One more thing, Colin. Does Brees take you guys out to dinner or anything like that?
I think we're planning on one after the season. Once we're able to do stuff again, get out and have some dinner for sure.
Okay, now we'll go to Jonathan.
Sorry about that, Denise. So, Colin, I got to ask too, how exhausting has this season been when you look back at March of earlier this year, getting to this point how exhausting has it been? And was there any question of playing in a bowl game for this team? Like, is it worth it, so to speak?
No, I don't feel like that's been a question that we've had at all. All of us, we sacrificed so much throughout this whole year. It's a weird year for everyone, and football's been our escape to back to our reality. We've been able to come into the facility, be ourselves, have fun, practice, have games, all that stuff. We've had extra stuff along the way, but all of us love football, and to have that regular sense in our lives is something that has been really probably important for everyone in this building, keeping their sanity a little bit. So I think it's just we all love each other so much, and we want to spend as much time together as we can. So I think there was never any sort of question about if we want to play in this game at all.
Colin, if I could ask you too, not only playing in the Fiesta Bowl for the first time, but the fact that it is the 50th anniversary. So historic in nature. What does that mean to the team?
That's really cool. I didn't know that actually until right now. That it's the 50th Fiesta Bowl. That's really cool because it is a very prestigious bowl. Growing up, obviously a football fan and an Iowa State fan, you'd always watch TV and see the Fiesta Bowl on, but it wasn't like Iowa State was really playing in it. So it's more so just a watch and get to watch another good game of football. So it's really cool to be a part of history and all that. Yeah.
Let's go back to Jonathan.
Did you guys challenge yourselves at all after that Big 12 championship where maybe it wasn't one of the stronger games of your season?
Oh, absolutely. We just had to learn from our mistakes. You got to continue to get better, and there's going to be things that pop off, and we were able to correct from things that we saw in the film. And for us, it's just we want to get better and we want to reach our full potential. Coach Campbell worked so hard for us and has challenged us in so many ways. It's just really exciting to, just because we all care about each other so much. So absolutely, there's a lot of things we went back to the drawing board and for sure.
Colin, with everything you've been through this year as a team, individually, as a student athlete, how has it changed you, if it has at all, as far as your approach to your position, to football in general?
Yeah, I think it's just given me a lot of, I owe so much to football because, you hear so much about people dealing with so many things right now with the pandemic going on and quarantining and not seeing family for Christmas and all that stuff. And it just makes it so real, all of us are excited to see our families again and all that, but we're just so thankful that we've had football to guide us through these tough times and give us a sense of regular again.
Any other questions for Colin? Oh, James, yes, let's go to James.
Colin, just what have you seen on tape of Oregon's D line, particularly the interior guys, 3, 99, 97, the guys who you'll be matching up with most? What do you think of those individual matchups you'll be having?
Oh, absolutely. They're really all of them are really talented guys. All of them are physical. They're good in run and pass, and they just have a knack for being around the football at all times. Their production's off the charts, and they're really an explosive group who you can tell that they're really passionate about football with how they play.
James, a follow-up question?
Yeah, just one more, Colin, since you're at the center position and have to make so many calls along the line. Oregon's defense employs a few exotic things. In particular, uses a lot of personnel, particularly in the front seven, situational stuff, either in pass rush or heavy stuff against a team like you guys with 13 personnel. Just how much does it compare to anybody you guys have played in terms of just the complexity and the variety? Because they do alternate quite a few guys in the front seven.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure that's jumped off the film to me is just how they get to so many different fronts and so many different looks every game. And, I think they do a really good job of game planning for a team to make sure that they're always in their best front to give the team problems. And you said their depth, they have a lot of depth at every single position. And yeah, for sure, that's something that we've definitely had to take a hard look at over this last week and a half now and game planning for this game.
Randy?
Colin, in years past, Iowa State linemen have got banged up quite often, and I know there's been a few this year, but you and what's his face on the left, Foster, have played every game, maybe every snap. Heck, I don't know. How have you managed to stay healthy, and what role has Andrews played in that?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's just been a ton of credit to Coach Andrews keeping us healthy throughout the year. That's a tough task to be responsible for, keeping guys healthy, keeping them strong, keeping them in shape. It's obviously a physical position where you get a lot of wear and tear and you play a lot of snaps. But he's done a wonderful job just making sure that everyone's on the same page, everyone feels good, and everyone's feeling strong going into a game. So I think he's been a huge part of our success up front as well.
Any other questions? Okay, well, that will wrap up our interview with Colin. Thank you so much for joining us. Safe travels to Arizona and congratulations.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.